Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another playthrough of Mage Knight. Today we're going to be playing as Goldyx with Crying as the dummy player. We have a red, white and blue in the source, and our initial unit offer are Savage Monks, Udum Crossbowmen and Magic Familiars. We have one monastery on the board, and Into the Heat is the advanced action for that. And then we have Blood of Ancients, Crystal Mastery and Regeneration for our advanced action offer. And then in our spell offer, we have Flame Wall, Flame Wave, Offering Sacrifice, and Fireball, Firestorm. And we can draw up for 5 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get Stamina, Improvisation, Mana Draw, Determination, and March. And I think for tactics here, probably gonna, I was tempted to try and come over here and try and get into the heat. But I think I'm going to go up to the village, maybe try and recruit the Udum Crossbowmen and then go for the keep. So the keep enemy is going face down. And yeah, that's probably what we're going to do. So I think with that, I'll go for planning. The dummy player is going to take number 6, which is the right moment. So that's out of the game. And then we are going to go first here. So I think we'll do that. We'll play Stamina with a blue from the source for a move of 4. That will get us into the village, and I think we can end our turn there. We'll draw 2 cards. It's a black, so we get 1 and 2, and we get March and Swiftness. So unfortunately, neither of our influence cards. But let's see, dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. They don't go again back to us. I think we will go for probably want to play Improvisation with a red from the source, discard March with that, and then I think I will discard Swiftness as well for influence of 6. We are 0 on the reputation track. We will take the Udum Crossbowmen. I mean, we could plunder the village before we do any of that, but I think I will just go with that and then maybe plunder in the next turn and see what we can get from the keep. So we have 3 left in hand, so we will draw up. That's another black, so not very favorable source here for trying to take on the keep. We'll take another 3. 1, 2, 3, and we get Threaten, Swiftness and Promise. So there's our influence cards. Dummy player 1, 2 and 3. It's a red. They get 2 more, 1 and 2. And I think here we probably want to. Oh, that's pretty poor. Pretty poor cards. So we'll plunder the village. We'll lose a reputation. 1 and 2, and we get Rage, and we'll focus. Okay, and I think here let's play Mana Draw with a white from the source. We'll take one of the blacks and set it to green. We'll get 2 green crystals. We'll use one of those with March for a move of 4, and then so we can go either 4 there, see what's in the keep, but then we will need to play 3 for a move of 3 to get into the keep, or sorry, that should be green, or we can just go straight for the keep, and that would save us a move point. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go 3 here. We'll see what's in the keep. And it is 3 physical attack with 7 armor, and it's doubly fortified. Okay. And I think here so we have 1 move left, 1 move point left. We'll play Threaten and Promise sideways. So that will give us 3 move, which is enough to get us into the keep. We will lose another reputation. They're going to do 3 physical attack, which we will use our Udum Crossbowmen to block. So they're fully blocked, and then we can play Will Focus with the green, the second green crystal, and her Rage, and that gives us a total attack of 7, which is enough to take him out. That gets us 3 fame. So 1, 2, 3. We will level up. These go away, and the green does not get re-rolled. The white does, and it's a white. So that's fine. We have 2 left in hand. Let's take our skill first, and it is the blue crystal and a white mana token, or Flight. And I think I'm going to go for Flight here. It's a very good skill. That's the Krang's cooperative skill. And then for our advanced action, so I think I'll probably go for Crystal Mastery here. Although we don't have any crystals in our inventory at the moment. So maybe it's better to go for regeneration. And then we'll hopefully be able to make that work with our units later. So yeah, let's go with that. And Crushing Bolt is the new advanced action. That would have been good to have. We get 1 shield token there. We have 2 left in hand. We draw up to our hand limit, +1 for our keep, so that's 6, +1 for planning is 7. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we get Stamina, Rage, Tranquility, Crystal Joy, and Regeneration. Planning is gone for now. Dummy player then, 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, they get 2 more, 1 and 2. For us, I think we are going to, let's play, so we have no blue access to blue crystal. So why don't we go with Stamina for a move of 2. We will explore here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so tile 8, we're right next to a village. There's an orc and a ruin, so the orc goes face up. It is 3 physical attack with swiftness and 4 armor. And then the ruins also goes face up. So that is going to be a monster under Draconum for 2 artifacts. That's pretty attractive. So that's 2 points of movement spent, and then we can use why don't we go with we'll go with another 2 from swiftness. Although if we could actually go with maybe flight to there, and that would allow us to take out the orc in the ranged and siege attack phase, using our swiftness here. And then we can, so let's do that. Regeneration, we will ready a level 1 or 2 unit. So we'll ready the Udam crossbowmen. We'll use our flight skill to move to the village. And then we can use swiftness with the white from the source for a ranged attack 3, and our Udam crossbowmen for a ranged attack 2. It's total ranged attack of 5, which is enough to take him out. That's +1 reputation and +3 fame, so 1, 2, 3. So we will end our turn there. This gets re-rolled. It's a gold. And then dummy player is going to go 1, 2, and 3. They're going to declare end of round, and the next turn back to us. And we will use, let's use Crystal Joy. And we will power it with the gold from the source. Gain a crystal of any basic color to your inventory. I think I will gain a green. And then at the end of our turn, we can discard another card, including a wound, to take this card back to your hand. So let's play Rage and Determination sideways for a move of 2. We'll explore here. And it is tile number, where is it, 2? We're right next to a green crystal mine. There is an orc there, and that is going to be 7 physical attack with cumbersome, fortified, physical resistance, and 2 armor. And then let's discard this card to take Crystal Joy back into our hand, and that is a green. These get discarded. Dummy player declares end of round, and then we can use Crystal Joy, pay a mana of any basic color to gain a crystal of that color to your inventory. I mean, we only have one option. We'll pay a green. We'll get another green into our inventory, and then that is all for this round. We'll re-roll the source. It's a red, white, and gold. Foresters, unit peasants, and illusionists, and then into the heat goes away. And the new one for the monastery is Refreshing Walk. They take Blood of Ancients, these advance, and the new one is Diplomacy. They're going to get a red into their inventory for the Flame Wall, Flame Wave, and Underground Travel is the new spell that comes out, and then we can shuffle up and go on to the next round. Okay, so we can draw after a hand limit of 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get March, Threaten, Swiftness, Will Focus, and Regeneration. And I think here we'll probably, we get one more for our keep, so we also get Rage, because we're adjacent to our keep. So in terms of what we could do here, we probably want to take out this orc and level up as soon as we can, so we'll probably look to do that on the first turn. And I think let's go with probably Long Night here. I think we can probably take out that orc with the cards we have at the moment without taking any damage here. So let's go with Long Night. The dummy player is going to take number 1, so from the dust. That's unfortunate, but okay. They're going to go first. So 1, 2, and 3. It's a green. I get one more over to us, and I think here we can use probably Swiftness for a move of 2, so that will get us there. We can engage this guy in combat. We can play Will Focus with a green from our inventory, along with March for a move of 7. That's his attack reduced to 0. And then we need 4 points of damage. We can use the Udum Crossbowmen for an attack of 3 and Rage for an attack of 2. So that's a total attack of 5, which is enough to take him out. We get +1 reputation and +4 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We do level up. So we get another command token. These go away. And although we could have, instead of using our Udum Crossbowmen there, we could have just used the Rage with the red from the source for an attack of 4. So yeah, we'll probably want to do that instead. Instead of using our Udum Crossbowmen. So we have 2 left in hand here. This gets re-rolled. That's a white. So we draw after a hand limit of 5. So 1, 2, 3. And we get Swiftness, Crystal Joy, and Determination. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. They don't go again. Back to us. I think here we want to move. So let's go with Swiftness for a move of 2. We look for this tile, and it is tile number 4. There's a Mage Tower and an Orc and a Village. So the Orc is going to be 3 physical attack, 4 divide with 3 armor, 2 fame for defeating it. Mage Tower goes face down, and then there's a Village there as well. I think so. The only thing that can be recruited in the Mage Tower is the Illusionist. So why don't we go with Crystal Joy? We will use a white. Pay a mana of any basic color to gain a crystal of that color to our inventory. We will take a white. We can probably want to keep these in hand, but why don't we discard Threaten to take Crystal Joy back to our hand. So this will get re-rolled. It's a black. And we'll take Crystal Joy into our hand. We take another 2 cards here. And we get Tranquility and Improvisation. Dummy player then goes 1, 2, and 3. It's a red. They get 3 more. So 1, 2, and 3. I think here we probably want to use. We probably want to get over to that Village. We don't have access to a red here. So why don't we use a green from our inventory for 2 cards. So 1 is Stamina, 2 is Promise, and then we don't actually have a blue either. So we can, let's go with, we could play 2, move 2, and then let's play Promise, and maybe, why don't we play Improvisation and discard Promise for a total move of 5. That gets us over here. And then we can play Crystal Joy with a white to get a white into our inventory. And then we will end our turn there. So that's a white. And then we are drawing up to our hand limit of 5. So we get another 3. 1, 2, 3. and we get stamina, march, and mana draw. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a green. They get 1 more. Back to us. We will plunder the village. We only have 1 card left though. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll lose a reputation, and we get rage. And then because we have long night, we can shuffle our discard pile, and we will get 1 more card from that. I'm thinking, can we take on this mage tower here? It's unfortunate that we don't actually know what's in there, but it would be nice to get fireball, firestorm, although it will be there next turn, but then by then it will be a lot more expensive to move into the desert. So we will put 3 cards back here, and we can draw 1 more, and it is Crystal Joy. So we want to, do we want to go in here? And I think we will. So let's play March and Stamina for a move of 4. It costs 3 to get in, so we lose a reputation. And the enemy we get is, okay, so 2 ice attack, paralyze, ice, and physical resistance, and 4 armor. So that is quite a nasty one because we absolutely have to block that. I think here, let's use mana draw with a white from the source. We'll take the black and set it to, let's set it to blue. We'll get 2 blue crystals. We will use 1 of those with determination for a block of 5, so that is fully blocked. And then we'll use the other with Crystal Joy to get a red into our inventory, and we'll use the red with our rage for an attack of 4. And then regeneration sideways for an attack of 5, and our Utem Crossbowmen for an attack of 3, which is a total attack of 8, which is enough to take him out. It's 5 fame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to level up. These go away. And the blue doesn't get re-rolled, the white does. It's a gold. All of these get discarded. And we are getting a skill into our inventory here. Or sorry, not into our inventory, what am I talking about? And our choices are between blue and green crystal, or the ice attack. And I think I will go for the siege attack here. Let's go with that. Crying's skill is going to be his influence and ability to ignore the reputation trap. I think here for our advanced action that we want to take, probably between Crushing Bolt and Diplomacy. And I think let's go with, I mean, it would be, so if we can use, we could get influence 4, 5, 6 potentially, but we would need 8 to either recruit the illusionist or get a spell. So we're going to get a spell anyway. Actually, we should have taken that before we got our skills. So let's take Fireball into our inventory, our deed deck, and then the new spell is going to be Whirlwind Tornado. And I think for our advanced action, I'm going to take Crushing Bolt here. These advance, and the new one that we get is Agility. We are drawing up to our hand limit of 5. We do get a shield token on the Mage Tower, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and we get March, Will Focus, Fireball, and Crushing Bolt. Dummy player goes, they will declare end of round in the next turn back to us. And I think here we can use, let's play Will Focus to get a green into our inventory. We will use that with our Crushing Bolt for a siege attack of 3, which is enough to take him out in the ranged and siege attack phase. He is 4 divide, but it is a siege attack. We get +1 reputation and +2 fame. And then we'll end our turn there. Dummy player declares end of round. Back to us. We are going to use our flight skill to move here for free, and then we can use March for a move of 2 to explore this tile, and it is tile number 11. So there is a lake and an orc right next to us, and let's move this down a bit. And there's a mage tower in the middle, which goes face down. Ruins on the far side also goes face down because it's night, but it will be turned face up in the next round. And then the orc is going to be a summoner with 4 armor. Okay. So yeah, that is going to do it. We will discard Fireball as well. And that's the end of the round. We will re-roll the source. So we get 2 blacks and a gold, so they will all need to be re-rolled. That is gold, blue and red, so that's fine. Still no quartiles on the board, so we get peasants, the herbalists and the illusionists. The refreshing walk gets replaced with heroic tale. They take crystal mastery, these advance, and the new one is ice bolt. They're going to get another red into their inventory for offering sacrifice. These advance, and the new spell we get is restoration rebirth. And then we can ready our units on our skill and shuffle up for the next round. Okay, so we'll draw up to our hand limit of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we get March, Tranquility, Swiftness, March, and Will Focus. And I think here we probably want to go with Great Start, so we're probably looking at trying to get a quartile out on the board as soon as possible. So let's go with that. They're going to take number 1. So they're going to go first. We'll take 2 cards, and we get Rage and Rage. So yeah, that's fine. 1, 2, and 3. It's a white, they don't go again. Over to us, we'll play March with a gold for a move of 4. We'll explore here first. Okay, so tile number 12. There is a maze there, which might actually be appealing to maybe go into, although that would get us really stuck. So yeah, let's put the orc out, and it is 3 armor with poison and 3 physical attack, poison, and 5 armor. There is a new monastery, and it is ambush. Is the first one, or the other, or the next card to go out. And I think here, let's use the other 2 points of movement to move onto the maze. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And I think, yeah, let's leave it there. We will probably try and go into the maze on the next turn, I think. So let's go with that. That's a red. Discard that. We don't draw anything. Could we maybe have... no, let's leave it. So dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a white. They don't go again. Back to us. And I think here we probably will go into this maze here. I think we probably go for a spell. So we can play... Let's play Tranquility to draw 1 card. And we get a Fireball. Okay. Interesting. So why don't we go with March and Swiftness for a move of... Although we could go for an artifact here. If we go with take a green into our inventory from Will Focus and use that with March for a move of 4. No, actually, let's just go with for a spell here. I think we'll try and get Whirlwind. So we'll go March and Swiftness for a move of 4. That gets us into the maze, and we are drawing a brown enemy. We are obviously bringing our Uthan crossbowmen with us. And the enemy we get is 6 physical attack, paralyze, and 4 armor. So I think we can use, let's use, we could go with a Fireball or range attack 2, 3. So yeah, we're going to have to go with Fireball here. The red from the source, ranged fire attack of 5. It's enough to take him out. That's 5 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are getting a spell for that, and we're left with 3 cards in hand. This gets re-rolled. It's a red. Okay, so the spell, yeah, we'll take Whirlwind here, I think. These advance, and the new one is Meditation Trance. and we have 3 in hand. We did not level up, so we draw 2 more, 1, 2, and we get Swiftness and Whirlwind. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue, they don't go again back to us. I think here we probably want to get over to the monastery. If we defeat that orc, we would we could actually do that. So if we go with flight, yeah, let's go with flight here to move 2 spaces for 2 move points. So we will move 2 there and we'll use swiftness to do that. We could engage the orc there in combat, so yeah, let's do that. We'll engage him in combat, and we'll play Whirlwind with a white from our inventory, so he is not going to attack this turn. And then we can use Rage with a red from the source for an attack of 4, and our other Rage for an attack of 2, it's a total attack of 6. Actually, it probably makes more sense to use our Utum crossbowmen here. Yeah, let's do that. So instead of using the red from the source, we'll use our Utum crossbowmen for an attack of 3, and our Rage for an attack of 2. We'll be left with these 2 in hand. And yeah, that is enough to take him out. We get +1 reputation and +3 fame, so 1, 2, 3, which means we level up. We get 1 token, and our hand limit's now 6. These are discarded, and we get 4 more cards, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have Improvisation, Crushing Bolt, Crystal Joy, and Stamina. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, they get 4 more, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they have, how did they get, Flame All into their deck? That is incorrect, we shouldn't have put that in there, my bad. So that is another 4, so Swiftness. Yeah, that's weird. I must have done that at one of the level ups, so I don't think there's anything else that they shouldn't have in there. No, it looks fine. Okay, so they have 2 left, and we go on to our turn. Okay, I think we'll use Stamina for a move of 2 to explore here. So we get our first core tile on the board. It's not a city tile. We're right next to a tomb. We should have put this ruins face up. It's an orc and a monster for an artifact. Mage Tower goes face down. Ruins goes face up. And it is monster and Mage Tower defender for a spell and 4 crystals. So that's fine. We'll use Crystal Joy with the blue from the source. We will take a green into our inventory for that. And I think we will probably end our turn there. Do we want to? I think we will discard Rage here to take Crystal Joy back into our hand. So this gets re-rolled. It's a green. These are discarded, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll draw another 2. So 1, 2, and we get Promise and Mana Draw. Dummy player then 1 and 2. They're going to declare end of round in the next turn. I think, do we want to burn this monastery down, or we could potentially go with recruiting here, so we could get the illusionists. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll play Improvisation with a red from the source, and we will discard probably Crystal Joy, so that's an influence of 5, and then we'll play Promise for an influence of 2. That's a total influence of 7. So yeah, we'll take the illusionists, and then yeah, we'll end our turn there. We have 3 cards in hand. This gets re-rolled. It's a white, and we can draw 3 more cards. So 1, 2, 3, and we get Threaten, Stamina, and Determination. Dummy player then declares end of round. I think for us, we're going to burn this monastery down. So we'll lose 3. 1, 2, 3. We are drawing a. This is going to be a purple enemy. So we get 6 physical attack, poison, assassination, arcane immunity, and 6 armor. And I think here we will use Will Focus with a green from the source, and we will use that along with Crushing Bolt for a total siege attack of 6, which is enough to take him out in the ranged and siege attack phase. And yeah, that is probably all we'll do for this round. So he's defeated. We get 5 fame, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Discard that. That's going to get re-rolled because it's the end of the round. We're left with these. The card we didn't get to is Regeneration. Yeah, those aren't going to get played this round. Although, is there anything else we could have played there for Crystal or anything? I don't think so, no. Okay, so we'll take our reward, which is going to be an artifact. And the choices are Bow of Stars Dawn. When you play this, discard any amount of cards from your hand. You get ranged attack 2 for each card you discard this way. Fame +1 for each enemy you defeat in the current phase of combat. And then each of your ranged attacks this turn is either doubled or becomes a siege attack of the same element. You may also double any siege attacks, but they become ranged attacks of the same element or Circlet of Proficiency. You can use any non-interactive skill in the common skills offer as if it was our skill. I think I'm going to take Bow of Stars Dawn. That's a pretty powerful card in some situations. So we'll re-roll the source, and it's black, blue, black, so the blue stays, and we re-roll the 2 blacks, and they are white and gold. The unit offer gets refreshed. We do get a shield token on the monastery, and we do have core tiles on the board now, so we are getting core or elite units. And the first is the Amatep Gunners. The regular unit is going to be Guardian Golems, and the second elite is the Delphana Masters. The 2 advanced actions for the monasteries are getting replaced. There is only 1 left on the board now, so we are getting Force of Nature. And they're going to take Diplomacy into their deck, these advance, and the new one we get is Chivalry. They're getting a green into their inventory for Underground Travel. These advance, and the new spell we get is Mana Bolt, Mana Thunderbolt. We will ready our units and their skill, and then we can shuffle up and go on to the next round. Okay, so we'll draw up to our hand limit of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Threaten, Stamina, Fireball, Tranquility, Whirlwind, and March. And I think here, so I was going to maybe come over here to try and recruit one of the Amatep Gunners or something. But I think because we can't put a core tile out there on the coast, it probably makes more sense to explore here and then maybe come here using our flight skill to explore from this point and maybe even take on these 2 monsters in the ruins here. So I think we will take Preparation here and probably search for let's see, probably want maybe we could go with Bow of Stars Dawn here, which would enable us to, yeah, let's go with Bow of Stars Dawn, I think. Although if we go with yeah, we'll go with Bow of Stars Dawn, I think. And yeah, let's I think we'll explore first from where we are, and then come up onto the ruins depending on what we see in the when we explore. So these get shuffled up, and then the dummy player is going to take tactic number 3. So Mana Search, they are going first. These 2 are out of the game, and yeah, so 1, 2, and 3. It's a white. They don't go again. Back to us, and I think here we will use Stamina for a move of 4. Explore 2 here, so it's not a city, but there is another monastery on the board. So we are putting an advanced action on, and it is Shield Bash, and then we have 2 points of movement here, and I think let's use our flight skill with those remaining 2 points of movement to move here, and then we will discard threaten. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll draw one more. I think, yeah, let's do that. So this gets re-rolled. It's a gold, so very unfavorable. Let's draw one, and we get mana draw. Dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. They don't go again back to us. I think for us, I mean, we could go monster and a mage tower for a spell and 4 crystals here. So that might actually be worth it. So why don't we let's use tranquility to draw one card, and it is rage. Okay. So yeah, let's enter, I guess, explore the ruins. We get a brown enemy and a mage tower enemy. So purple and brown, and the brown is 6 armor, paralyze, or 6 physical attack, paralyze, and 4 armor, and then 5 physical attack, poison, and 5 armor. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think we will use mana draw with a white from the source. We'll take a gold and change it to red. We'll get 2 red tokens. And we'll use one of those with fireball for a ranged fire attack of 5, which takes him out in the ranged and siege attack phase. This guy, I think we're going to, let's use whirlwind for a target enemy does not attack this combat, so we'll use that. We could use our illusionist as well, but no, let's just use whirlwind, I think. And then we could get ranged attack 2 for each card we discard, so we could go with, instead of using whirlwind, why don't we just use both Stars Dawn? So we get ranged attack 2 for each card we discard, and fame +1 for each enemy we defeat in this phase of combat. So we could discard these 2, and that will give us ranged attack of 4, which is enough to take him out in the ranged and siege attack phase. So both enemies are dead in the ranged and siege attack phase. Yeah, let's go with that. So this red goes to waste. The red doesn't get re-rolled, but the white does, and it is another white. Both of these are dead. These are getting discarded, and we get a shield token on the ruin site. We also get a spell and 4 different coloured crystals, so white, green, red, and blue. So one of each. And we also get a spell, and I think I'm going to take probably Mana Bolt here. Mana Bolt, Mana Thunderbolt. And the new one is Demolish, Disintegrate. That goes away. We are getting our fame for these. And we get 4 + 5 is 9. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we do level up. And our choice of skill is going to be one influence, I think, for each different colour crystal, or his motivation skill, which I will take gladly. The common skill is, I can't remember the name of that, it is Puppet Master. And then for our advanced action here, we can go with Agility, Ice Bolt, or Chivalry. And sorry, before we take that, Bow of Stars Dawn would have given us fame, +2 extra fame for defeating 2 enemies in that combat. I think I will take Ice Bolt here, so we'll take that. These advance, and the new one is Frost Bridge. So yeah, we are drawing up to our hand limit of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Swiftness, Stamina, Regeneration, Mana Bolt, and Ice Bolt. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a green. They get 2 more, 1 and 2. I think for us, we will kind of need to start moving probably up to this tile here, and then we can explore there and there for the last 2 core tiles. I think, let's see. I think let's use Stamina with the blue from our inventory for a move of 4, and then Swiftness for a move of 2. So that's a total move of 6, which is 3 here and 3 here. Sorry, we shouldn't reveal the Mage Tower yet. And then probably play Ice Bolt for blue to our inventory. We're left with these 3 in hand, so that is fine. These get discarded. We are drawing another 3, so 1, 2, 3, and we get March, Improvisation, and Swiftness. Dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. They don't go again back to us. I think here we probably want to explore the final 2 tiles. So we will explore here first and then here, I think. So let's use, we still don't have, I guess we can use Improvisation for a move of 5, discard Regeneration with that. We'll use the red from the source for that. So we'll explore here first and then here. And it is the green city first, right next to a lake. There is 2 orcs. So the bottom one first is 4 physical attack with brutal, 3 armor and physical resistance, and the second is 4 physical attack with 3 armor. And the green city at level 7 is going to be a keep, 2 brown enemies, 1 keep, 2 brown, and 1 white. And any physical attack is going to be poisonous in this city, so that we'll put that there. Keep 2 brown, and then our second one will go here, and it is the white city. Ooh. Okay, so we have a Draconum, which is going to be 6 ice attack, paralyze, ice and fire, or ice and physical resistance with 7 armor. The keep is going face down, and then the white city at level 10 is going to be, let's see, 2 keep and 3 white enemies. So 2 keeps and 3 white. 1, 2, 3, and all of these will have armor +1. So we will put that here. Yeah, that's fine. So we are left with these. We could maybe move on to the Magical Glade there. That would be a move of a 5. Yeah, that's so 2, 4. No, let's leave it. Well, we have 1 move left here, so we could go with 2, 4, and 5, which would get us onto the Magical Glade. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll move on to the Magical Glade. We are going to have a black available to us on the next turn. So yeah, we move 2 here, move 2 there is 4. We had 5 from Improvisation, and then we played these 2 for another 4. Got us onto the Magical Glade. This gets re-rolled. It's a black. We have 2 left in hand. 1, 2, and we draw up to 6. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we get Crystal Joy, Rage, Determination, and Promise. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a red. They get 4 more, so they're going to declare end of round in the next turn. Back to us, and I think we can use probably. Well, let's reveal the green city first. So 5 physical attack, all 3 resistances, double E4 divide, and 7 armor. 5 physical attack, 4 armor with physical resistance, 6 physical attack, double E4 divide with 6 armor, and 2 physical attack, physical resistance with 5 armor. So a lot of physical attack, which is all poisonous, and a lot of double fortification and physical resistance. So yeah, that's tough. Let's use our motivation skill here for a green and 2 cards. So we'll take a green token and 2 cards, and we get Crushing Bolt and Will Focus. I think let's play Whirlwind with a, probably want to go with a white from the source. Target enemy does not attack this combat, so he's just not attacking. And then we can play Will Focus with the green that we got from Motivation, for along with Crushing Bolt for a siege attack of 6. +1 from this skill is 7. And then an attack of 3 there is 10. Then we can play Rage for 2 is 12, and Determination for 2 is 14, which is enough to take him out in the attack phase. Remember, he wasn't attacking because of Whirlwind, So that is 8 fame. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do level up and we get +2 on our reputation. So yeah, that's fine. These go away. This was used. It's a once a turn skill. This gets re-rolled and it's a black. We also had a black available there. But yeah, we didn't need it in the end. So we're left with these 3 in hand. We do level up, so we get another command token. And yeah, that's fine. Dummy player declares end of round. Back to us. What do we want to do here? We could probably wait a round on the magical glade, I think. So yeah, let's. Fortunately, we don't have any basic color in the source here. And we do start with the black as well. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave it. So yeah, that's gonna be all for our turn. We will re-roll the source, and we get gold, white, and black. So the white will stay, and we will get re-roll these. It's 2 greens. The unit offer is going to get refreshed. And the new units we get are Ultimate Mages, Delphana Masters, and the regular unit is going to be Udum Swordsman. The Monastery Advanced Actions are going away, and we get a Chilling Stare and Pathfinding. They're taking Agility into their deck. These advance, and the new one we get is Swift Bolt. They're going to get a green to their inventory for Restoration. These advance, and the new one we get is Snowstorm, Blizzard. And then we can ready these, shuffle up, and go on to the next round. Okay, so one thing we forgot to do, we could have used our Illusionist on the last turn to get a white mana or white crystal to our inventory, so yeah, we should have done that. We'll draw up to our hand limit of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we get Will Focus, Rage, Swiftness, Tranquility, Regeneration, and Threaten. So yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll take Rethink here and probably discard, let's discard Regeneration and Threaten, and we'll keep these 4 in hand, I think. And we are starting with a gold on our for being on the magical glade. So yeah, we'll draw another 2. I'm just wondering, do we want to get rid of Tranquility as well, or maybe Rage? Let's leave it. So we will draw 2, and we get Rage and Stamina. Then we shuffle these back into our deck. I kind of really need those spells to come out. So maybe we have to move on to the village here and start trying to plunder, but then that will draw in the orc whenever we go into the city. Okay. Let's see. So that's that. We are going to go first. These are out of the game. And for us, I think we are going to want to, let's see, I think we will, let's use Tranquility with the gold that we got to draw 2 cards. So we get Mana Draw and Improvisation. And I think we will discard, probably want to discard Stamina. And maybe one of the Rages as well, or maybe Improvisation. Let's discard Improvisation, I think. And then we have these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we will only draw 1 more card here. Let's discard 1 Rage as well, and probably Swiftness. Yeah, let's go with that. So we have 3 in hand. We are going to start with a gold as well on the next turn. So we'll draw another 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we get Ice Bolt, Crystal Joy, and Stamina. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a red, they get 4 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no reds in there either. We will use probably Let's go with Crystal Joy with the gold, and we will take a red into our inventory, I think. Yeah, let's go with that. So we'll take a red into our inventory. We can discard a non-wound card to take Crystal Joy back into our hand. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll discard Stamina. I'm just wondering, do we want to play Ice Bolt here or save it for... I mean, it could come in handy for the city. So yeah, let's save it. I'm kind of contemplating discarding Rage here. But let's give it one more turn. So, although we will only draw 2 cards here. Why don't we just discard Stamina but not take Crystal Joy back into our hand? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 2 more. And we get Determination and Threaten. Dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a blue. They don't go again. Back to us. I think let's use... I think we're going to play Ice Bolt for blue into our inventory. And then we can use... probably want to discard Threaten and Rage here. We need to get to our spells and hopefully the artifact. So that's 1, 2, 3. We get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And we get Regeneration, Promise, and Whirlwind. Dummy player 1, 2, and 3. It's a white. They don't go again. Back to us. I think we will use... Let's... we could probably go with... we want to keep those 2. Discard Promise. Probably discard Regeneration. And then, yeah, we'll keep these 4 in hand. We draw another 2 and we get Crushing Bolt and Swiftness. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a white. They don't go again. Back to us. Here we probably want to... we'll probably keep those. So why don't we... let's go with our Motivation to get a green. And we will also get 2 cards with that. And the cards we get are Mana Bolt and March. Okay. Okay, so I think we will go first. So we'll play March to move in. We'll lose 1 reputation. These are the enemies. And I think let's use our gold for probably for Whirlwind here. Or actually no, let's use it for Mana Bolt. So that we'll save that for Mana Bolt, and then we can use Mana Draw with a white from the source. We'll take a green and set it to blue, and we'll get 2 blue tokens. And one of those we're going to use on Determination. So we're not taking anything out in the ranged and siege attack phase. So we will block 5 and we'll block those guys with that. We will use one of the whites from our inventory on Whirlwind. And target enemy does not attack this combat, we'll target that guy. And then we are going to assign the 2 points of physical attack from this guy to our physically resistant illusionists. So we won't take any wounds from him. And then we are going to take, I think, 2 wounds to hand and 2 wounds to our discard from him. So we'll do that. And then, so that's everything in the assigned damage phase. And then we can use Will Focus with, well, first of all, let's use, we can play blue for an ice attack of 8. And then let's use probably our Udum Crossbowmen for an attack of 3, which is enough to take out both of these physically resistant. So the 8 is efficient, so we need 2 more points of inefficient attack, which we can get from our Udum Crossbowmen, so both of those guys are dead. And then we can use Will Focus with Crushing Bolt, using the green from our Motivation for a siege attack of 6, which we can target against this guy in the attack phase, so he's dead as well. And then the only one left is this guy. We just don't have the attack to take him out this turn, so we will end our turn there. So we moved in with March. We used a white with Mana Draw to get 2 blue tokens. We used the gold from starting on a Magical Glade on Mana Bolt along with one of the blue tokens. We used a white from our inventory for target enemy does not attack this combat, and we chose, who did we choose? We chose this one. So he wasn't attacking. This guy's damage was absorbed by the illusionist. This we took 2 wounds to hand and 2 wounds to our discard pile for, because of the poison ability. And then we blocked this guy with determination. And then we played one of the blues for ice attack of 8, and our Utum crossbowmen for an attack of 3, which is combined was enough to take out the 2 physically resistant enemies. And then we used our will focus with crushing bolt for an attack of 6, which is enough to take out him. And then this is the only one left. We get 3 shield tokens on the city. These are all dead. These are going away. So we will start with the gold next turn. The blue doesn't get re-rolled. That's a red. The white goes away. These are all discarded. Green gone. And we are back out on the magical glade. Because we ended our turn on the magical glade, we can throw away 1 wound. Just one. Yeah, if we end our turn on a magical glade, we can throw away a wound from hand or discard. So we will throw away 1 from our hand. We're left with these in hand, and we are getting fame for this. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 5 is 13. So we go from 49 to 59, 62. So not quite enough to level up. This gets discarded as well. And we will draw up to our hand limit. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get March, Bow, Stars, Dawn, and Fireball. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a green. They get 3 more, so they're going to declare an random the next turn back to us. And yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough to take out this enemy now. So I think we probably just take out this guy. So we'll use March along with Swiftness to move there, and then we can play Fireball with a red from the source for a ranged fire attack of 5, which takes him out in the ranged and siege attack phase. That's +1 reputation, +2 fame, so we do level up 1, 2. And we're left with these 2 in hand. This gets re-rolled. It's a red. This goes away. And yeah, I think we will, let's take our skill first. So we get healing or cards played sideways with mana tokens. I think I'm going to take the healing here. I think we might need it. That is, what's that skill called? So battle hardened. So that's fine. In terms of what we want to take here, we probably want to go with probably Swift Bolt, I think. So let's take that. We have 2, we will draw up to our hand limit, so obviously we can't draw everything. So we have 3 in hand. Dummy player declares end of round. I just realised we didn't use our skill in that city battle, but I don't think it would have mattered. I think here, let's use Flight to move back to the magical glade. We will discard, when we end, we can take a wound from our discard pile and throw it away. We'll use our heal skill here to heal that. We'll play Swift Bolt for a white to an inventor. And yeah, we will just not use both stars on this turn. We end on a magical glade, so we can throw away 1 wound from our discard. And then we are re-rolling the source. So green and 2 reds. Then these are getting refreshed. So the new core or elite units are going to be, the first is catapults. The regular unit is going to be peasants, and the second is heroes. Okay. These are getting replaced with 2 new advanced actions. I never replaced the Swift Bolt one, so that is going to be Rush of Adrenaline. And then for the monasteries, Learning and Pure Magic, they take Chivalry into their deck. these advance and we get maximal effect for the new one. They're going to get a green into their inventory. These advance, and the new spell is going to be Charm Possess, and we can ready our units and skills and shuffle up and go on to the next round. Okay, so we can draw up to our hand limit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we get Swiftness, Threaten, Swift Bolt, Will Focus, Rage and Mana Bolt. So for our tactics, I think I'm going to take Sparing Power here. So the dummy player is going to go first. 1, 2 and 3. It's a green, they get 4 more. So we're really running out of time. 2, 3 and 4. And those are, so there's a green in there and a red. We're going to spare power. And for our turn then, I think we need to get into this city as soon as possible. I think we will play probably Rage and I mean, we could block if we use Rage and then Swiftness. No, I think we're going to have to play Rage and Threaten sideways here for a move of 2. That gets us into the city. We're going to take 2 wounds to hand, 2 wounds to discard. And then I think we're going to use, let's go with green, Will Focus with the green from the source. And we'll play Swift Bolt with that, so that's a total attack of 7. We'll use Swiftness with the white for an attack of 10, and then we can use our skill for an attack of 11 and our Crossbowmen for an attack of 3. That's a total attack of 14, which is enough inefficient attack to take him at. So we get 8 fame, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He goes away. We get 1 more shield token on the city. And these are getting discarded. We can use our skill here to heal too. So we'll put those into our discard. These are getting discarded. We did start with a black there, but we didn't need it. So that's a gold, very unhelpful. That goes back there, and we are left with Mana Bolt in hand. So we draw up to our hand limit, which is now 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And we get Fireball, March, Tranquility, Crystal Joy, Stamina, March and Regeneration. So there's no influence there. Okay, so dummy player then 1, 2 and 3. It's a white, they don't go again, back to us. And I think here we probably want to go the 2 Marches and Crystal Joy sideways for a move of 5, which gets us into the Magical Glade. Sorry, we should spare power first as well. And then we can use probably Regeneration to ready our Crossbowmen. And then I think we probably leave it there. So that will end our turn there. And then we can draw up to our hand limit, which is 6 plus 2, so another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we get Promise, a wound, Mana Draw, and Ice Bolt. Dummy player then 1, 2, and 3. It's a green, I get 4 more, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to spare power. Do we wait here for 1 more turn? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here. I think we probably do. We'll get rid of the wound at the end of this turn. We do start with a black. Yeah, let's do that. So we will discard Promise. We are going to that's fine. We will throw away this wound at the end of the turn, and then so let's do that. We will end our turn there, discard Promise. We get to throw away this wound. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We get 2 more, 1 and 2, and they are Crushing Bolt and Improvisation. Dummy player then 1, 2 and 3. It's a blue, they don't go again, back to us. We will probably not want to spare power here, so we start with a black. And I think here we probably want to go with we can use our flight skill and our move and stamina for a move of probably 2. Or actually, let's instead, before we use that, before we use our flight skill, let's do motivation for a green. Your inventory and 2 more cards. So 1, 2, and should we have spared power there then? So we didn't actually spare power, so we'll get 2 cards from our motivation, and we get Rage and Whirlwind, and then I think we can let's use Tranquility to draw a card, and we get Determination. So now we have all our cards. We can use our flight skill along with, do we have any move here? We have stamina. And let's, we have improvisation as well. So we need 2 move there and 2 in there. So we probably need to go with stamina for a move of 4. Let's move them. So we'll use one of the blues from our inventory along with our flight skill, so we can move 2 spaces for 2 move points. So we'll use 2 move points to get there. We'll reveal what's in this city. So we have 6 fire attack, brutal, ice resistance, and 6 armor, 11 physical attack, unfortified, arcane immune, and 10 armor, 6. So another one of the first ones we had. 4 physical attack with swiftness and 4 armor, and 3 physical attack with brutal. And 5 armor, and all those armors are going to be +1 because they're in the white city. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think we will spare power, so we'll use sparing power, and we have stamina, swiftness, and Bow of Stars Dawn. We probably should have spared power before we used our blue crystal with that stamina, but yeah, let's see, what do we want to do then? Okay, so I think we have 2 move points left. We will use stamina to move in, so we will lose 1 reputation for that. And then these are the enemies. Let's move this out of the way. And these are the enemies that we have to get rid of. Hey, what's up guys? I actually ended up playing this wrong, so I wanted to narrate over it and show you how I should have actually played it. So from left to right, the enemies we have are the thugs, the crossbowmen, the grim legionnaires, and then 2 gunners units. So what I did in this video was I broke the Bow of Stars Dawn, but then didn't play any ranged attack until the attack phase, and I ended up doubling that in the attack phase. But you can't actually do this because once you get to the attack phase, there is no distinction between ranged attack and regular attack, so you can't actually double or use the Bow of Stars Dawn's stronger ability to double ranged attack in the attack phase. So what I should have done was broke the Bow of Stars Dawn, used Crushing Bolt with the green crystal for a siege attack of 3, and I should have doubled that and made it ranged. So we would have had a ranged attack 6 from the Crushing Bolt advanced action card. And then I should have played Ice Bolt with the blue crystal, which gives ranged ice attack 3, which we would have doubled to make ranged ice attack of 6. So we would have had a total ranged attack of 12, which we could have used to take out the Grim Legionnaires, who have an armor of 10 +1 from the White City bonus, and they are unfortified as well. So they would have been taken out in the ranged and siege attack phase. Then we should have moved on to the block phase, and I should have played Whirlwind with the white, like you see here, to prevent one of the gunners enemies from attacking, and then I should have used my Udam crossbowmen to block the thugs, who have a physical attack of 3, so they would have been fully blocked as well. And then we should have taken 3 wounds into hand for the other gunners unit, who are doing 6 fire attack with brutal, so that would have been 3 wounds into hand. And then for the crossbowmen, who have 4 physical attack with swiftness, we would not have blocked them. We would have assigned that damage to the illusionists, who have an armor of 2 and physical resistance. So they would have ended up taking 1 wound, and we would have been left with 3 wounds in hand going into the attack phase, and we would not have used determination, rage, or swiftness sideways to block the crossbowmen enemy, so those would still be in our hand. So in the attack phase then we would use Mana Thunderbolt with the blue crystal and a black, and we could have paid the white in our inventory to get a nice attack of 9, and then we could have used our skill for 10, and of course we would have still had the determination card for an attack of 2. So yeah, we would have had enough attack to take out both the thugs and the crossbowmen, who have an armor of combined armor of 11 after you add in the +1 armor for each of them from the White City. So that would have been enough to take out those 2 enemies, and then we would have been left with 2 gunners enemies, who both have an armor of 7, including the +1 bonus from the White City. So that's a total of 14 armor between both of them. And yeah, we would have had, or we would have been able to use our flame wall, our fireball spell, sorry, with a red from our inventory, which would have given a fire attack of 5. And then we would have had rage still in hand, which we could have used with a red from the source for an attack of 4. So that's a total attack of 9, and that is efficient attack against the gunners, who are only ice resistant. And then we also have improvisation still in hand, and we do have a second red crystal in our inventory. So we could have used improvisation and discarded swiftness for an attack of 5. So that would have been 5 attack from fireball, 4 from rage, and 5 from improvisation. So that's a total of 14 efficient attack, which would have been enough to take out both of the gunners units. So that would have been all 5 enemies dead in the attack phase. So yeah, that is probably how we should have played it. Again, apologies for the mistake with Bow of Stars Dawn. If I had obviously realized at the time, I would not have played it as I did in the video, and I probably would have played it as I've just narrated. So just to recap, we would have used Crushing Bolt for a siege attack of 3, which we would have doubled with and become ranged with Bow of Stars Dawn, so that's a ranged attack of 6. And then we could play Ice Bolt for a ranged ice attack of 3, doubled again with Bow of Stars Dawn, so that's a total ranged attack of 12 to take out the Grim Legionnaires. And then Whirlwind would prevent one of the gunners from attacking. We would have blocked the thugs with the Udum crossbowmen, and we would have taken wounds from the other gunners, so that would have been 3 wounds. And then we would have wounded the illusionists from the crossbowmen enemy, and then played Mana Bolt for our Mana Thunderbolt for an attack of 9, and used Determination for an attack of 2. That's attack of 11, which would have taken out the thugs and the crossbowmen. And then we could have used the Fireball spell with the red from our inventory, Rage with the red from the source, because we haven't used a dice from the source yet. We used the dice you see a mana draw was taken using our white crystal, so that would have been okay. And then we had one more red crystal, which you can see at the moment is on improvisation, so that would have been a total of attack 14, which would have been efficient and enough to take out the 2 gunners. So yeah, that would have been all 5 of them dead. Hopefully this was useful. Let me know if anything isn't clear, or if you still have any questions. Otherwise, yeah, I'll leave it to wrap up the video. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like we were really struggling there at the end. Like the Green City was a real struggle. Probably waited maybe too long to go into that, but a lot of our powerful cards seemed to be towards the bottom. And then yes, racing back over here, flight really saved us there. And yeah, Bow of Stars Dawn, we definitely wouldn't have been able to get through it without that. But yeah, and the lack of units as well. We never managed to pick up a core unit or an elite unit, which I thought really hampered us. Only having 2 regular units for the 2 city battles was a real struggle. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts. I think that's going to do it for today. And thanks for joining, and hope you can join again next time.